With the ongoing drought in California, state reservoirs are approaching record low levels, and the Central Valley rivers are warming quickly, making life difficult for the California Department of Fish and Wildlife's trout hatcheries and the millions of baby trout produced every year for California's recreational anglers. To help offset these effects, CDFW is building a water chilling and purification plant at the American River Trout Hatchery in Rancho Cordova that will allow hatchery staff to continue incubating and rearing baby fish throughout the hot, dry summers. The $1.3 million project was paid for with the governor's emergency drought relief funds and uses the latest in technology to transport water from Lake Natoma more than a mile away into a complex system of filters, purifiers, and coolers, making it suitable for hatching and raising rainbow trout, even in the warmest of conditions. Later in the year, Lahontan cutthroat trout, a high mountain eastern Sierra fish that requires water colder than the hatchery normally has available, will also benefit from the clean, cool water produced by the project. In the hot Sacramento summers, the water here at Lake Natomas and the American River below it can rise well above 70 degrees, which is undesirable for hatchery fish. The young fish like the water at about 60 degrees, and the Lahontan trout like it even colder, about 55. Before the fish are ever exposed to any of this water, it flows through an underground pipe from Lake Natoma under a busy intersection along the hatchery property and into a microfiltration drum screen where anything larger than 43 microns, less than half the width of a human hair, is filtered out. From there, the water flows through two high-intensity ultraviolet disinfectant units that remove any potential pathogens. Pumps then push the clean, purified water into a pipe where it travels the length of the hatchery building into the first of two heat exchangers. The first exchanger uses cold water coming out of the hatchery to pre-chill the warm incoming lake water, which is at its highest temperature, thereby saving energy by not letting the cold water go to waste, essentially getting a free cooling for the first pass. After the first heat exchange, the hatchery-bound water goes through a second heat exchanger for the final chilling to its target temperature of 58 degrees Fahrenheit. This second exchanger uses 42 degree Fahrenheit water produced and stored in a closed-loop system. Similar to the radiator in a car, heat is drawn from the warmer hatchery water across a series of metal plates by the cold refrigerated water without mixing the warm water with the cold. The cold water completes the cooling of the hatchery flow and is then returned into a 1,000-gallon buffer tank. The clean, potable water in the buffer tank is kept cool by two 130-ton commercial refrigeration units that use the latest in energy-efficient circulation pumps and temperature controls to keep the system running optimally. Once the water is fully cooled, it enters the hatchery building and can be directed to one of 35 stainless steel troughs full of the millions of juvenile trout that will be planted in Northern California's lakes, rivers, and streams. All the water used in the hatchery buildings and the culture tanks is drained into adjacent settling ponds and then returned to the American River. This project, when fully completed in the summer of 2015, will enhance CDFW's ability to continually raise and release hatchery fish for California's inland anglers. In Rancho Cordova, California, I'm Information Officer Andrew Hewen.